Good evening. Can we all rise? So we have presentation of colors by Western Tidewater Regional Jail. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated. Good evening. Whoa. Welcome to the 2014 Thank Your Mentor Day Banquet. And on behalf of the Office on Youth, the 757 Protege Mentoring Program, we want to welcome you to a night of recognition, a night of smiles, but most important, a night just to say thank you. I want to first to take time to recognize some of our city officials. Councilman Fawcett. Our city manager, Selena Cuffey Glenn. City Deputy Manager, Patrick Roberts. And representing Parks and Recreation Commission, Mr. Wayne White of the Pewsville Borough. We understand that being a mentor is a selfless act. Tonight, we want to honor individuals and recognize programs who understands the 2014 Virginia Mentoring Partnership theme. Be someone who matters to someone who matters. So to all the honorees, tonight is your night. Thank you, Mr. and Miss Mentor. We're giving you your flowers tonight. Now we will have our invocation by Dr. William E. Russell from New Hope Baptist Church, Suffolk, Virginia.
Let us pray. Our Father in heaven, we thank you for this day and for your care and your keeping. We thank you for all those who recognize the need that it takes a village to raise a child. We thank you for those who are willing to give of themselves, that these young boys and young girls, young men and young ladies may grow into the people that you would have them to be. So tonight, our God, we thank you for them. We thank you for the sacrifice of time and effort that they make, and we ask you would bless them and their families. We ask you to bless this fellowship tonight. Bless the food that's been prepared for our youth and us to your continued service. In your holy name we make our prayer. Amen.
Then we had the introduction and speaker by our Youth Outreach Coordinator, Mrs. Rakita Fofana.
Good evening, everyone. I have the privilege of introducing to you an awesome lady on tonight. But before I do that, I would just like to thank Mrs. Lawrence and Mr. Stokes for those awesome selections during our dinner. Mrs. Sylvia Copeland Murphy is a mother of two. She's a wife, a daughter, a sister. She's also the assistant pastor at Oak Grove Baptist Church, and so much more. She is employed with Suffolk Redevelopment and Housing Authority, where she is actively involved in her communities. She believes in empowering people to help them become the best that they can be. And because of her passion and desire to help all that are in need, her organization, SCM Vision Incorporated, was birthed. SCM Vision Incorporated defines her vision for the disadvantaged who are unable to move out of economic distress due to education, unemployment, health-related determinants. It is a faith-based nonprofit organization designed to promote and generate positive and healthy relationships for individuals and families through spiritual, personal, and educational developments. The aim is to engage low and moderate income citizens in social and supportive programs that eradicate barriers impeding them from self-efficiency. Healthcare is also a major proponent of SCM Vision Incorporated comprehensive plan. They aim to reduce health disparities, unemployment, underemployment, lack of education, and transportation among families living in the Hampton Roads area. The overall strategy to develop healthy families is to incorporate trainings that are client-based rather than those that are program-driven. Reaching individuals according to their needs is the approach that SCM Vision Incorporated implements. They believe that they have to be willing to meet people where they are in order to get them where they are going. And now I introduce to some and present to others, Mrs. Sylvia Copeland Murphy.
Thank you, Ms. Fofana. Good evening to everyone. Protocol has already been established. We'll go right into the speech. Mr. Lawrence told me that I couldn't preach. I told him that's what preacher does. We preach. I want to thank you all for asking me to come out and just talk to the mentors. I myself am a mentor, and each one of you are a mentor in your own right. I think it would be appropriate to speak about one of Dr. Martin Luther King's quotes, being that we are about to embark upon his birthday, his holiday weekend. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. had a famous quote in the form of a question, which says, "Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others?" And that's my topic for this evening. What are you doing for others? Do you realize that doing things for others make you a mentor? We are either mentoring others with, one, an impact, or two, contact. See, I have defined that there are two types of mentoring: impact mentoring and contact mentoring. Dr. King mentored millions with his dream. Dr. King mentored me. I wasn't but a little girl, but I was mentored by him. He mentored our current president. He's mentored senators and congressmen. He's mentored those of you that are in here on tonight. Athletes have the same type of ability, such as Michael Jordan and Larry Bird and Peyton Manning and RG3 have mentored millions in becoming better athletes. Why? Because we are motivated by how they perform, by what it is that they do, and we study them to be somewhat like them. This is another form of impact mentoring. But tonight, We are honoring persons that exhibit contact mentoring. I call them reach people, not rich. Reach. We have a slogan at my church, each one, reach one. So I call these people reach people. They intentionally and purposely put into what they do with others by reaching out to them. They reach the unreached. Reach people find it necessary to make contact with someone that needs a push, someone that needs to just be lifted up, someone that just needs to be pulled from behind. That's what contact mentoring does. And see, passion is the driving force behind mentoring. But I came to tell you that compassion takes it to the finish line with tenacity. It's like a bulldog when they stick their nose in it, they don't let it go. See, the young people know what I'm talking about, the red-nosed bulldog. Contact mentors reach what's not seen with the visible eye simply because they reach with their hearts. What mentors do, what you do is from the heart. The passion of a contact mentor enables them to be empowering, engaging, encouraging, enlightening, motivating, teaching, and yes, reaching. And it gets even better than that, because when mentors add compassion with passion, it creates an ambiance that breeds love. And I came to tell you that you can't go wrong with love. This love causes a contact mentor to become unstoppable in what they do, and they become unbeatable. It's like whatever we do, it comes to fruition. They become unmovable and inexhaustible, indescribable and indestructible. Does that sound like you? Mentors know the power of reaching those that are hopeless, and reaching those that are doubtful, and reaching those that feel that they have no dreams. Contact mentors know how to turn a person's worst nightmare into an incredible dream, and take their most treasured fantasies and make them become realities. They reach the soul of a person and causes them to live what they love with their passion. Reach people, not rich. Reach people reach back, because they ask the question, who can I pull that's left behind? Rich people are not selfish, but they're always thinking about the welfare and well-being of others. Rich people, not rich people. Rich people reach down, because they ask the question, who can I pull up to bring to a higher standard of where they are? They have not forgotten that somebody reached down and picked them up. Rich people reach forward, because they ask the question, who can I push into their destiny? Pushing people in their destiny makes them more than what they feel that they can become. So to all of the rich people, not rich people, to all of the rich people that's in the house tonight, whether with impact or with contact, keep reaching, because the sky is the limit to what we can have. Thank you.
I'm smiling because Sylvia Copeland Murphy is a powerful person, and she's very inspirational. And I could not have found the right person tonight to speak on behalf of mentorship. And just listening to her talk tonight and speak tonight, I know she reached somebody tonight. And I just want to give her another round of applause. Thank you. I told her not to come up here and preach. But my daughter won't get me, but OMG, you did it. You did it. You did what you do. You did your thing. Thank you. Thanks again. Now what we are here to do is recognize some great people. So, as I call your name, as I call the honorees, I'm going to give a brief bio of the particular individual. And as I read your bio, will you please come up and see Jason Pittman. He's the volunteer coordinator for the City of Suffolk. And you will take a picture with the Deputy City Manager, Mr. Patrick Roberts. Our first honoree tonight is Mr. Darren Brown. Mr. Darren Brown has mentored boys and girls for over 9 years. He has put in 10 to 20 hours a week for the spring and fall seasons. He has shown his dedication for the children of the Suffolk Youth Athletic Association by taking the leadership position, including Mustang and the Bronco Commissioner, Head Commissioner of Softball and Baseball, Board Member, and currently holding the Vice President position as well. Mr. Brown is being recognized because every child who participates in the Suffolk Youth Athletic Association, he makes a point for each child to be an extension of him through his ethics, as well as the example he leads through mentoring through his peers. Thank you, Mr. Darren Brown. Mr. Lamar Coles III. Mr. Lamar Coles III has mentored 15 young men. He works with at-risk youth on a daily basis. His mentor style displays high energy and generates a positive attitude. His attributes makes these young men believe in themselves and can accomplish anything. Mr. Coles III is being recognized because for his ability to provide positive reinforcements to achieve results with at-risk youth. Mr. Lamar Coles, thank you. Mr. Lester Matthews, Jr. Mr. Matthews typically meets with his mentors 2 to 3 times a week, provides a positive attitude to each player among his teams. He encouraged his players to give the utmost respect to opposing members and teams regardless of the situation that surrounds them. He's totally committed to teach his players the skills needed to play the sport of softball. Mr. Lester Matthews Jr. is being recognized because he understands that mentorships must start with youth development, his commitment with skill level, and equal opportunity. Thank you, Mr. Matthews Jr. Mr. Tico Winder. Mr. Tico Winder has mentored hundreds of youth while working with Western Tidewater Community Service Board. Mr. Winder meets with mentees in a group setting about 4 times a week. Tico Winder possesses a strong sense of self. He is a great listener with a genuine concern of others. Mr. Winder is creative, and he used the love of basketball and previous basketball career to incorporate life skills. Basketball is a strong interest in Mr. Winder. In 1972, he was drafted with the Philadelphia 76ers. His basketball career did not go as planned, and he is doing well with the youth in the city of Suffolk. Mr. Winder is being recognized because he spends a lot of time giving back to the community, not because it is a part of his job, but because it is him and his way of life. Thank you, Mr. Tico Winder. Mr. Michael Belay has mentored youth with the Suffolk Youth Athletic Association for 15 years. While coaching the sport of soccer, his dedication of hours has been countless. His philosophy is, if he has a child, regardless of the talent, let's turn them into a soccer player. He uses sound techniques to maximize learning. Mentorship, life skills, and soccer are his way of life. Mr. Belay is being recognized because he meets with a child on a mentorship relationship. Mentorship relationship starts at that point when he meets with a child. He pulls the talents out of the individual and makes them believe at that point. Thank you, Mr. Michael Belay. Mr. Michael Miltier. Mr. Michael Miltier has 10 plus years at Nasmith Suffolk High School, Nasmith River High School, and 2 years in the program at Mount Ararat Christian Center. Wow. Wow. He has mentored 20 plus youth at Mount Ararat Christian Center. He meets monthly with the children on a formal setting and also take them on trips to colleges and other places through the month in an effort to broaden their horizons. Mr. Miltier started a program at Mount Ararat Christian Center over a year ago in efforts to provide a positive environment for the youth to grow and to learn in. He is a positive and work hard at all times. Mr. Miltier is being recognized because he holds his youth accountable for their behavior and provide incentives for good behavior. Thank you, Mr. Michael Miltier. Mr. Vincent Abrasino, better known as Chip, has been affiliated with Venice Creek Little League for 7 years. During these times, he spent his pastime 3 to 4 days a week between the spring and fall ball season. He has displayed the strength of an exceptional leader by being the president of the Venice Creek Little League. His mentorship has gone from the boardroom to the baseball diamond and to the community. Mr. Abrasino is being recognized because he is a mentor on all levels of Venice Creek Little League. Not only does he coach a team, he is the president of the league, and he spends numerous hours volunteering at all times. Thank you, Mr. Vincent Abrasino. Ms. Kimberly Young. Ms. Kimberly Young has countless students throughout the years that she mentors on a daily basis. She was introduced to 2 young ladies because of their many confrontations with other students and of the many absences in school. She took time to find out what was bothering the 2 students and found out that the 2 were having serious problems at home. Ms. Kimberly Young is being recognized because she showed an interest in an academic career. By mentoring these 2 young ladies, she ensured their personal growth and development is maintained. Thank you, Ms. Senior Police Officer Kimberly Young. Can all the honorees just please stand and just have it so we can just give you one more round of applause. We at 757 Protege and Office on Youth, we understand that it takes a village at times to take care of the youth. And there are some group organizations that have been doing a great job as well. There is a mentoring program by the name of Save Our Sons. Save Our Sons is a mentor program where it was the vision of Bishop Clarence Russell III. He recognized that there were young men in the city of Suffolk who needed to learn basic job-ready skills. It was a 2-day event starting on a Friday at East Suffolk Recreation Center with group life skill rap sessions, basketball, and pizza. Saturday mornings, there was a job training workshop where local personnel managers from area businesses came to and volunteered and conducted a workshop on how to create resumes, how to dress for success, and how to answer questions in the interview. Thank you, Bishop Clarence Russell III, for your vision. Save Our Sons. True Gems. Miss Candace Marriott. True Gems, and GEMS is an acronym for Girls Expecting Much Success. It's a 501(c) nonprofit organization specifically designed for girls ages 13 through 18. These young ladies are engaged in programs, workshops, and mentoring sessions. The programs and workshops focus on education, development, college, and career readiness. Thank you, Ms. Candace Marriott. 757 protege, which is my baby. Our vision is where we are looking for caring and dedicated adults who are able to reach youth by fostering hope and guiding them through life-changing decisions. Our mission is to provide a volunteer mentoring program for the youth ages 8 to 17 in the community of Suffolk. We have one of our mentors here tonight, and she has her mentee with her as well, and that's Miss Janetta Vaughn. Can you bring your mentee with you? And this is a 4-year relationship right here. And we are only asking for a 1-year commitment. So, and like I said, that's a 4-year relationship. So thank you, Ms. Vaughn, for all you're doing. And we just signed up another mentor, and I asked him to come tonight, and so he can just see the great things that the city of Suffolk, what we're doing, and that's Mr. Ed Fancher. Can you please stand, young fella? Mr. Ed Fancher, can you please stand? Yeah. Okay, thank you. Thank you for all the presentations. Thank you. That's it on that one. Now, I'm going to take my seat now, but before I do, it was an honor and a pleasure to be before you tonight. I want to thank Ms. Sylvia Copeland Murphy because she has a great talent. She gave a great message tonight, and I want to say thank you. I won't call you no more. I won't be worrisome anymore. And I will stop saying I'm not going to mess with you. That's not true. I had the pleasure of working with her this past summer, and her outreach in the community is powerful. And the lives that she has touched and will continue to touch is a blessing. I want to thank Dr. William E. Russell for doing the invocation and the grace, and he's my favorite pastor in the whole wide world. And that's what he always says, I'm his only pastor. But I do want to thank him for coming out tonight. And I want to thank the students from Kingsport High School for doing the music again, Mr. Leah Lawrence and Mr. Nigel Stokes. And I want to thank the Western Tidewater Regional Jail for presenting the colors. So thank you again, Sarge. And finally, it brings me great pleasure to introduce the leader of Suffolk Parks and Recreation. Our department takes pride with her energy and enthusiasm, which we thrive on to take care of the city of Suffolk and the citizens of Suffolk. My director, my mentor, I would like to introduce to some and present to all Ms. Lakita Watson Frazier.
Thank you so much, Byron. And I do see that we have Councilman Miltier that's easing in here with us as well. Welcome, Councilman. Welcome. He raised his hand. And this is the third year, maybe fourth, looking at Rakita, that we've done this. And this was the first year that I actually was not coordinating the event. It is important as leaders that we recognize the individuals that we are leading are more important than we are. And I did not bother Byron for the last 2 weeks because I knew he had it. So I would like to give a round of applause to Mr. Lawrence for tonight. As we close out, I would like to say on behalf of the Department of Parks and Recreation that one, we truly appreciate the support that the City Council has given this department. We would not be able to do the programs that we do if it was not for your support and the funding, of course, that you allow us to have, and then the leadership that you provide. To my city manager, Mrs. Selena Cuffey Glenn, from the day that she walked in, she made it a priority for youth and for the future of our young people in this city, and you are truly appreciated. To my boss, my direct boss, Mr. Patrick Roberts. He's our picture man. Every event we come to, he's there, and we let him be in the pictures, but thank you for taking time for coming out tonight as well. And last and definitely not least, the advisor from our Parks and Rec Advisory Commission, Mr. Wayne White. We appreciate you being here as well. I am going to close out, and I have promised. Rakita always messes with me. She said, you always want to make somebody cry when you finish out. And then I'm not going to do that tonight. But what I want to say to each and every one of you that are gathered here, to the individuals here at this head table, to the wonderful staff that I have, will you please stand so that you can be recognized? Please stand all. If you work for Parks and Recreation, I need for you to stand. And in closing, what I would like to say to each and every one of you, as we share, mentoring does work. The time that you take with a young person, you have no idea how far that will take them. I know many of you are here tonight, and being recognized is not something that you feel comfortable with. It's not something that you strive for when you get up every morning or when you go out and you meet with the young people, whether it's on the court or in the field or at the church. You do it because you care. As Mrs. Murphy said, it's about the compassion. And I would not be where I am today if it was not for somebody. Just somebody taking that time to say, I believe in you. You know, and it's important that each and every one of us walk away here tonight. All of the mentors, congratulations for the work that you're doing, because it's selfless. You don't get paid to do it. To all of the mentees, all of the young people that are here tonight, you know, thank those individuals that are here with you. Yes, they can be hard, I can be hard, but we do it because we love you and we're preparing you for that next level of life. And I say to each and every one of you that are here just to support someone, that it starts with you. It starts with you. You have to reach back, you have to reach down, and you have to reach forward, because we cannot do this alone. We cannot do this alone. You are appreciated, and I'm hoping if you're not a mentor, that something that was said here tonight, something touches your heart to give back to somebody else. Just a little bit. It doesn't take but a phone call. Sometimes, I just met Sylvia. She's my new best friend. You know, it's like, you know, you meet someone as an adult, you still need a mentor. You know, when I saw Lamar come up, I was like, man, I remember when he was one of the kids recognizing his mentor just 3-4 years ago. And to be recognized is showing that he's giving back. So I say to you tonight as you walk out of here and we go into the weekend where we celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday, is that we remember that the dream is not over, that we still have work to do, but we're not where we used to be. And that's because somebody reached back. So with that being said, enjoy the rest of your evening and be a blessing to someone else, because to whom much is given, much is expected. Thank you.